Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Let's get right into our topic today. It's time you get unstuck. You've been moving with no direction. You're limiting yourself. Maybe you're even sabotaging yourself. Sometimes we self-sabotage without being aware that that's what we're doing. Sometimes you hinder yourself. You're your own stumbling block. We sometimes like to put it on all other type of things, but sometimes we got to start with ourselves and ask ourselves, am I part of my problem? So it's time for you to get unstuck. Get rid of it. Change direction. Move forward with your life. Some of you just stagnant. You've got to move forward and you've got to learn how to let some stuff go. When you're stuck, that means you're not making any forward progress. You're just there. You're not going forward and you're not going backwards. You are just at a place where there's no movement going on. Aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of the monotony? The same old, doing the same thing, getting the same results. I don't understand how people think different results will occur when the behavior have not changed. You're doing the same thing. No growth. After a while, you want to see some growth, some progress. Even in your relationships, when you're in a relationship and you see this thing is not going anywhere, cut it off, move on to the next one. On your job, some of you end up staying on the job year after year after year, and all you do is complain about it, but you've not done anything to change the situation. You've got to learn how to move forward. So your emotions, you got to understand, part of moving forward and getting unstuck deals with your emotions. Your emotions won't release certain things. That's because you're fighting against yourself. And you're defeating your own progress, because emotionally you just at a place where you can't move forward, and that's understandable. Everybody, I think, experience that at some times in their life, depending on what is going on at that time. You get stuck, but the problem is when you find yourself 10 years later and you still stuck. So one thing you got to do is realize when this is going on. Sometimes you're stuck and you don't even realize it. Other people maybe can see it, but you either can't see it or you refuse to own it. And that's another thing. You've got to own it. You've got to identify when you're stuck. And who knows it better than you do? You know yourself better than anybody. You don't want to put your finger on or identify or say it out loud what's wrong. But it's okay. I keep telling you, honesty is the best policy. I know it's easy to not say anything, and we've been taught and groomed to keep it all inside and just deal with it. But do you know, after a while, keeping stuff inside of you is so combustible until one day you explode and it all comes out then. So you've got to understand, if you stay stuck too long, it will lead to emotional problems like depression. Now, many of you may or may not know this, but the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So all next week I'm going to be addressing mental health on my shows. But you've got to understand, depression is real. So please do not allow yourself to fall into negative thinking and depression and getting yourself stuck. It's time now to, I like to call it a reboot. It's time for you to reboot your life. That's what you got to remember. If you don't remember anything else from today's show, I want you to stay in your spirit and write it on your vision board. It's time for me to do a reboot. It's time. You've got to reboot your life. Make intentional choices. When somebody call you and say, I called you yesterday, but I've been calling you for weeks now and you won't pick up the phone. Yeah, I know. Well, what, you ignoring my calls? You don't want to talk to me? I didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's part of the problem. Right now, I can't have you in my circle. It sounds cold. It sounds harsh. But sometimes you might have to do that. You have to make intentional changes in your life. And it's okay to let some things go. You don't have to participate in every activity they have at church. You don't have to be on every committee at church, y'all. I'm talking to church folks now. Some of the most emotionally challenged people and people with hidden mental health issues is sitting right in the church. They're going through so many things in their regular life until church is not just a place to worship and to give praises to the Most High. Church becomes an outlet. I just spoke something there. That just triggered somebody. Church becomes an outlet. It's a social place. It's a place to just overcompensate. It's a place where you don't even be real sometimes. Sometimes you sit up there and say all of these cliches. The pastor's saying, tap 3 people and tell them I'm making it, when you ain't making it. Go find 6 people and tell them I'm blessed and I'm in overflow. And your house in foreclosure. Your car about to be repoed. You understand? Sometimes somebody ought to get up to the altar and get real and say, Lord, I'm crying out to you today. I need some help. Change is good, y'all. You don't have to let other people tell you how to react to things. Some of you are miserable, but it's okay to own it and say, that's where I am right now, but I don't plan staying stuck there. I plan on moving from being miserable to being happy. I don't plan on staying stuck here. It's time for me to take action, and I'm going to let some stuff go. And if that includes letting go of some people, then I got to do that. All I'm leaving you with today is this nugget of truth. You have got to get unstuck. The choice is yours. Y'all, get focused. Find your balance, and never let anybody come in your life and disrupt your peace. Have a wonderful weekend. Y'all, get focused and get unstuck. I'll see you back on Monday. At the end of the video, go ahead, comment, like, and share the video with other people. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you all so much for your love, your kindness, and support. And I know I was not going to end this week without. I left Gainesville yesterday, so I'm going to veer over and hit I-10, and I'm going to go on over there to Daytona. Bethune-Cookman, the Wildcats. I'm in Daytona, y'all. Oh, I know it's some people in Tampa gonna get me. I know it's some of y'all in Orlando gonna get me, but I got you. I see you, Bundy. See you back. Have a wonderful weekend.